Hello and welcome to our brand new episode number 22. Do followers matter?
Yes, man.
Social media followers.
This is the GrowthArtic show, and today we will share our opinion on do really followers matter? Should you increase the size or should you ignore it? We have done both. We have started to grow it. We have started to ignore it. And so what's in it for you? We want you to have a more conscious basis on which you can make a decision on followers matters for you, whether or not followers matter for you or not, right?
Yeah.
So why should we even talk about followers, man?
So you came up with this question.
You can ask it to me.
We started meeting today. You came up with this question and said, okay, if we met the last time in Slovenia, we talked about the kind of, should we do something like a followers challenge?
Yeah, exactly.
That was your idea. And then I said no. And then it was gone.
And
this idea.
A year passed. And we did not have this follower challenge. And I recently had this impetus to think about it again, because I came together with a couple of people I met at Photokina. I delivered a talk there about how to get your first 1,000 customers. And we are pretty focused on getting customers in opposition to getting followers. And so we sat together. They were all pretty popular on LinkedIn, having 10,000, 20,000 followers each. And they shared what kind of opportunities came up from that, whatnot. And I'm maybe around 2,500. We don't really care. I
have no idea how many LinkedIn followers I have. I have no clue.
Because we usually think like, okay, tomorrow if we want to work with Procter & Gamble, we're going to find a way, right? And we don't need 50,000 followers for that. So does it matter? What's your opinion on that? Does it matter or what?
So I think we have to differentiate between the different platforms, right? So in the beginning of my social media career, it was Twitter. I have no idea what the year was, but I think it was something like 2006 or 7.
I don't know. Yeah, could be.
Could be. Yeah, something like this. Starting with Twitter, and then because Twitter had an API, it was really easy to build something by hand. So program it by yourself, something like a bot, follow and refollow stuff to increase followers until the account blows up. So it was really funny to get this, and you get reach in these times. So I think that was Twitter. My my original Twitter account, I have no idea how many followers I have, but I think I have more than 2,000 that are real followers. So I didn't blow this thing up. But I had some Twitter accounts, like something like, I remember the name, In-House SEO and something like this. They were really, really huge with 8,000, 9,000 and something like this. So it worked in this time to get traffic. I think now is the time, if you talk about Instagram maybe, because it's the most popular thing where the people are looking for having followers as a KPI or something, right? So my personal opinion is, I don't care about your number of followers. That's something I would say officially. But if I just hanging around in Instagram, you are looking at this thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we know, okay, no, but I don't care. But if you see somebody with 80,000 followers or 800,000, you think, oh my God, that's really huge. So that's a thing when I reflect my own behavior. That's something I think about more and more often.
And especially like what weirded me out is like seeing 1 million followers on Instagram. That has become normal. Or on LinkedIn a couple of 100,000. But when I saw it with a close friend of mine here, a guy here at Startplatz who's doing coaching for musicians, he has over 20,000 followers on LinkedIn. He doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know on what kind of potential he's sitting. But to me, that shifted something. Yeah, definitely. That was like, oh shit. Yeah, we need to do something. And let's clarify this as much as we had to clarify it with the W revenue episode. Yeah. We do not mean like buying followers, not meaning like blowing things up through mechanics, but increasing your follower count because you provide real value. Yeah, because you provide good content that engages with the community and makes people push the button. Yes, I want to hear more from that person because he enriched my life. That's the type of followers we are talking about. That's what I want you to have. That's what we want to have, not some fake numbers. Yeah. So it's a little bit like money. It's not the cause. It's a later stage effect of having good quality stuff. Yeah, it's one of the measure sticks we can use. And I used to completely ignore it. Yeah, I was like, yeah, Facebook followers, they are worth nothing anymore, pretty much, as like meaning page followers. Then we saw the growth of the Facebook groups. Now they are important. On Instagram, we see that, at least in my own experience with my own account, with half the followers on Instagram, I get twice as many comments, views, likes than with this exact same post on Facebook. Yeah, and that's a clear indication that at this point in time, it's a good time to grow your Instagram, for example. We see how hard it is to grow followers on YouTube, for example, even with this podcast that is about growth. But if you don't have a super broadband B2C topic you talk about, it's very hard. And Gary Vee, the guru of social media, he was the first B2B guy I saw to break 1 million. And in the B2C world, that is maybe like your black belt, your first dan, entry level of that. But in B2B, it's huge to have 1 million followers. So what do we want to change about that?
So if I come to the why for myself, that's something I said before we started this episode as well, is for me this term content marketing, to build, to produce content. For instance, this GrowthArtic content we are producing. And we had an episode already about why we don't do marketing for our podcast, and that's for me the same reason. So I can do my personal branding stuff in Instagram, to do Instagram stories. I'm here at the speech, I'm here at the workshop, we are doing this show. Okay, that could be cool. Honestly, I think it's not that interesting because everybody could do this about his or her job. That's something what I think, okay, that's funny because I know you, but not more or less. Yeah. So for me, the question is, which value I can provide in social media to my customers or to potential customers they are not getting anywhere else. That's my question. What is the kind of value? Maybe we take this episode. So what could we do with having 1,000 followers on Instagram? I have something like 1,000 followers on Instagram. What could we do? Is this a real value for Instagram people? Where's the why? Or is it better to send emails? Or is it better to make... So that's the question where I don't have an answer yet. So what's the value for which platform before I would just start increasing my followership?
To me, when
it's a chicken and egg problem.
It's a bit of a chicken and egg problem, but here I wrote this down for myself in my notebook.
In the biggest notebook of the world,
of the world. Here you see my daughter painting. That was really creative. I wrote this down here. I was like, okay, if I were to take this whole game serious, and wanted to build 10,000 followers, I need to have the right content. And I was thinking, okay, what kind of content am I producing that is, as you say, absolutely unique? That is the GrowthArtic podcast. Those are the meetups where you can meet in real life and the associated live streams, the growth sprint. I want to introduce a webinar format once a month at least, and to have the courses, like the free online course on pirateskills.com, and the publications, like the treasure map we have here up on the wall, generating good lead magnets like handouts and checklists and cheat sheets, that would drive real value. And from that, I expect to generate my first 10,000 followers on the following platforms. LinkedIn is to me the most important B2B relationship platform, and it's so ripe for the land grab. Yeah, it is right now that you should start on LinkedIn, because at this moment they still have not tweaked their algorithms very good. So you have the feeling that you send it out to the people who are following you.
Okay, but I think we should explain there something, because there was a change in LinkedIn, right? For me, LinkedIn 2 years ago was the same like Xing.
Yeah, Xing is a German clone of LinkedIn, which does not want to die.
Does not want to die without having there are some possibilities to share content, but they don't work. Yeah. And in my eyes, LinkedIn changed something to be something like a content marketing platform.
It has become so.
And because they changed it, now it could be, that's the idea, could be interesting to have followers. Because if I share an article on LinkedIn, my followers will see this, right? And not just like Xing, you can share something too. But I think there was one post in my life I shared on Xing where I get one reaction, and that was my best friend. Hi, Berkey, nice to meet you. That's it.
I do this as a service for some speakers and authors. Yeah, I blow up their LinkedIn, and we, for example, you have written a book, the growth marketing with strategy, growth hacking with strategy book in German, and you could publish one chapter or one episode like every week or two per week as an article on LinkedIn and share this native
not a link to my blog,
nope.
Just on native LinkedIn.
And then people will start engaging and commenting and reacting to that, and that will increase your followership, and that will increase their presence with you associated as growth hacker in their mind, and then they will more and more hire you more and more. Or they will recommend you. You will be more easily recommendable for speaking engagements at conferences, for example, because you're not only the author, but you also provide this value to the web. Then, of course, there's Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. But there, as you can see, there's also the newsletter on that list. To me, this is the most important followership I want to generate. The people who sign up for my newsletter, because as we know, we have most control about that.
And it's in the funnel one step further than just pushing something on LinkedIn or social media anywhere, right?
So to me, having followers is like if your website and your blog is, that is your castle. You control everything there, and you have your email subscribers in there. If, I don't know, Facebook doesn't like you anymore, you still have your email subscribers, right? And those platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, they are like the outposts around your castle. And it's currently very easy to grow the outposts, while it's very hard to get traffic to your website. And I think we need to balance that really well. But ignoring the outposts gives you a competitive disadvantage, I think. If you have a competitor who is doing this outpost strategy and you're not, that I think at this moment, at this point in time, it's a risk that you might be willing to take, but I'm not anymore. I now want to go very conscious with growing that by providing value.
Okay, idea. If we come to the to the how. You have 1 week time now to focus on growing your followers. What would you do with 1 week?
Okay, so with 1 week, I would actually focus on what am I going to do in the next 3 months. I would use this week to really figure out a concept on, first of all, taking a very serious look at my audience, spending a whole day at least. Let's say Monday. I would spend nothing else but see what are people in my audience most interested in. I look at what other people put out in content, how many views that has, how many comments, how many likes, how many dislikes, which books are most popular, which platforms are most desirable, which questions on Quora are most asked. I would go on this customer research journey for one whole day at least. Yeah. Then I would decide on Tuesday, what could I produce in a unique way that also matches the most shared content in that way. For example, I would use BuzzSumo and I see articles in that direction. I would do that for me. Yeah, I would say which formats do I want to produce? Do you want to produce articles? Yes, 100%. Yeah, I always have a 1 week article strategy. Even if I were a YouTuber only, I would have an article per week. Yeah. Then the question: how many videos do you want to produce? Podcast episodes, if that is the thing. How often I want to publish that on social media, on the frequency, like 5 times per week is my current schedule. Gary Vee would right now say like 3 times per day. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. So I would decide which content in which channels, yeah, on Tuesday, and maybe even Tuesday, Wednesday to really spec out what could be awesome, yeah. Then on Thursday, I would think about my publication strategy. Yeah, I would start thinking like I would probably bring somebody in who would help me with the content creation and that. I would probably spend also some time on design. Yeah, how do I give this a unique look, a unique experience? Then which frequency does it go out and how does it all work together? I don't like to be very all over the place with topics. I always have one topic per month and I pull this through and I know exactly through which channels, how many emails per month go out, how does it all work together with the publication schedules. And then from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would just start producing. Yeah, but I would spend those 4 days before that. Does it make sense?
It's your idea. So I'm just reflecting what I'm
wondering what you would do.
So if I have 7 days. So I would say my problem today is, and it's a problem, not a challenge. Yeah, it's a real problem. Is that I think social media just works if you do it continuously. That's my problem, because I have a workshop on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then probably on Tuesday and Wednesday I'm not able to share because it's not scheduled. There is not the concept like you described. That's an issue. So if I have one week time, I would say, first of all, I would think about the channels. Which channel would I prefer? Because I think, for my eyes, it would make sense to focus on one channel instead of just do it for all channels. And yeah, LinkedIn could be a good idea. So I would start with LinkedIn. That was a decision now. Okay,
but why not push that content as well on YouTube and your blog and your podcast and everywhere, and your email and your Instagram and your
I think I would use my email to push LinkedIn. But first of all, I think always there's something like, if I give them the choice, yeah, it could be a good idea. But I would focus on LinkedIn. So 1 week LinkedIn. Then I would say, okay, what can I do? Okay, how many followers do I have? Maybe 500 or what? What's the goal for the week?
Yeah.
I would say the goal for the week is 1,000 to double it.
Yeah.
Just, we have to start anywhere. To double it from 500 to 1,000, then okay, I have 7 days. Okay, I would try out just 2 articles a day.
Yeah.
Then I would think, okay, which article could be interesting? Is there something already in my blog or out of my book or some GrowthArtic content, whatever? And then I would start preparing it and then scheduling it and just pushing it out.
Okay.
And then taking my newsletter and my Instagram social media stuff just to push it to LinkedIn. That would be my idea. I've never executed it, but maybe we should do.
Yeah.
And maybe it's interesting to see which concept works better in the end.
Yeah,
but for me, to focus, I know it's for you as well, but focusing is really important. And because my biggest challenge is this missing that I'm not able to post continuously. That's the biggest issue. To find something that I can
do
post
continuously. two things about that. So about the continuousness, I have a student managing that for me. Yeah, I have a clear, you always do like this, here, this is what to do thing, give it to somebody. Problem solved. Yeah, and there is the post you
but
have to do yourself.
But where comes the content from?
That is in the content plan. Yeah, that is like, this week we have published this article, and your job is now as a student to identify like a sound bite out of that, create a picture, post that on Facebook. Yeah, if you don't have the time to do this, I think then you should be doing your own posting, like the spontaneous stuff, spontaneous stuff, but also have this student that does it on a regular basis. They're all happy to learn social media marketing, and they will do it, and they do a great job for me. And you could use social media scheduling tools like Buffer or Hootsuite. Yeah, but still, there are limitations to that. So that problem, I think, is solvable. Yeah. So about the other thing, that social media only works when it is when you do it continuously. That is also an opinion that is popular with content marketing. And in my experience, like we both have built like a lot of websites, for example. And in my experience, it's that you need to find a few key content pieces over time that will generate 80% of your traffic. And then you can hit them hard and hit them repeatedly through all channels, and they will perform 80% of your traffic. The problem is you don't know which one they are yet. And this is why I force myself to stay on a weekly schedule, so I have a better chance. I have 52 chances per year to have like 3-4 home runs, maybe. And the timing needs to be good. It needs to be evergreen in order for it to be promotable later. But to me, it's more like the whole research process, the whole experimentation. I'm continuously looking for the opportunity to find something that is even more engaging to my users. I'm completely out of the SEO game. It also has good SEO value, but I'm completely out of the write 200 articles business. I prefer to write 20 really good articles now, and think about how that works. Since you already have written a book, like, Jesus, you should just start publishing the shit out of that.
What I did in the last 6 months, I had somebody, so hi David, to cut it out of the book, and to publish it in the blog. So, but from the blog on my website, we didn't start publishing it out on social media, on LinkedIn. So that's a really easy step. We should do We should start immediately. But the question is, do I need to increase followers? So it's a chicken and egg problem, right? Where do I start? Do I have to prepare the content first, or do I have to increase the followers first? I would say first of all you have to have this maybe 20 pieces of content, because the people come to you because of the content and not because you have a nice haircut. Right? Maybe.
How do you like our haircuts these days?
Maybe on Instagram is different, honestly. So on Instagram it's different.
I think you should ignore having few followers in the beginning. And I would repurpose the content that you pushed at the beginning later again. I don't like seasonal content too much, like focus on the evergreen content in the beginning. And since I also do ads a lot, to me I can increase my followers in an unlimited way if I find a piece of content that runs cash flow positive with ads. Then I provide real value. It's not fake. People will subscribe, sign up on the newsletter, buy some stuff, like EcoCut, like a client or something, and I can increase my follower size on that particular platform where this works infinitely. But this seriously can be content that is 1.5 years old. So to me, what I said also, and maybe that's one of the final points I at least want to make, is if I had, for my personal brand and for Pirate Skills, only invested 10% of my energy, and this is what I would recommend for you guys as well, invest 10% of your energy on increasing followers, 90% on generating valuable relationships and generating good content. Yeah, building good relationship, generating content, but also invest this 10% to increase the reach, because this is a long time game and this is the easiest time ever in the world. Yeah, where we will be able to increase our followership. And in 5 years, we will look back at this time and we will think like, shit, why didn't I just spend 10% on that? Now I'm 2.5 years on Pirate Skills. It should have easily been on 10,000 at the moment. Yeah. And this is why for myself, I increased my mental value of followers, because it's stupid not to at least spend 10%. Do you have a different opinion on that?
No, I agree, but I think I would explain it a little bit again. So we are not talking about just increasing it with a bot or something. No. Yeah, the question is how to increase your followership in which platform. So the platform which makes sense for you, for sure. Yeah. But so I'm doing this bootcamp stuff. I've done 20 bootcamps now with 20 multiplied was 15, 20 is how much? Let's say 500 people.
Yeah.
So what I would wish with a look back is that these 500 people would following me on Instagram, LinkedIn, or wherever. And they don't do for
because
reason
you don't ask them to.
Because I don't show them that I'm here or here or here. So that's something where, because I'm that much into this thing of having these connections to the people, that's much more important for me to talk to the people. And if we talk about Instagram, it's pretty cool for me, but if we talk in real life, it's cool for me as well. So to get this real connections. But for sure, it's like a funnel, it's like a pipeline. If you don't have a big pipeline, there are not a lot of people in the end of the funnel. So I totally agree to have this in mind. But what for me is really important is, real people, real followers you have a connection with because you're interested in the same topics, or you met at a conference or whatever.
Do you want to have a 10K LinkedIn follower challenge?
Yeah,
with me?
We can do
this.
Who
wants to join in? Yeah, you can't be like at 8,000, but maybe yes.
I have no idea how many followers I have on LinkedIn.
Come on, just put some balls on the table. By the way, I recorded the first lesson of the of the course. I did that, and this hustle worked. Maybe in 2 months we have 10K followers each.
10K followers. Okay,
on LinkedIn.
Okay, let's stick there. Stick to this point. 10,000. Okay, but what's the real value? Because 10,000 is for me no value. So we could start with linked helper and just say, okay, bring me this 10,000. Here you have some bucks and just go for it.
Yeah.
Or is it something like, for me, it's not the value. The value could be, having 10,000, what brings me what?
Okay, so how about, should we combine it with a content publication?
Yeah.
Maybe that you say, what date is it today? Like mid of August, right? It's 15th, 16th of October, right? It's about the 16th of October. Let's see when this is going to be published. Yeah, probably beginning
next year,
November. So by the end of the year, we should at least both have like 8 articles published, or 10, let's make it a round number, like 10 articles published on LinkedIn, good engagement there.
What is good engagement?
20 comments on the last few articles we have.
But that's something I want to talk about. Just, what is good engagement? Because 10,000 followers is just, we can buy them anywhere.
No, I don't mean to, I mean like they come to us organically.
Yeah.
10K. It's not realistic by the end of the year, but maybe if...
Why not?
I want to try it. I want to try it. Who else wants to try it? Who wants to be in? Yeah, write us in the comments.
We take this one, but I have to think about this. But we take this as a challenge for until Christmas, right?
If you want to enter the challenge, write us an email at b@growthartic.com. Yeah, you can find this email also on our website, growthartic.com. If you want to join us for the challenge, just type us the subject line like 10K LinkedIn challenge, and we will bring you in and bring you up to date on how we are trying to get there. Yeah. So I think that wraps it up. Yeah, please follow us on YouTube, on Stitcher, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, on everywhere you love to listen to podcasts or watch the YouTube channel.
Okay, great.
Then,
hard topic today for me.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.